180 liters. I want you to picture that for a second. That's like a big bathtub filled all the way to the top. So, what part of your body do you think is handling that much fluid every single day? You might be surprised. It's not your stomach, it's not your heart, it's your kidneys.
Yep, you heard that right. Those two little fist-sized organs of yours, they filter all that fluid from your blood day in, day out. To put that in perspective, that's like your entire blood supply getting a full-on, deep clean, something like 60 times a day. So the real question is, how? How on earth does this tiny biological machine manage such a massive, non-stop job?
All right, let's dive in. In this explainer, we're going to unpack the absolutely elegant science behind the kidney, and you're going to see why it's truly one of your body's most sophisticated and most essential master regulators.
Okay, so to really get a handle on the kidney, you first have to appreciate the unbelievable challenge it's solving every single second. And that challenge is keeping your internal world perfectly stable no matter what kind of chaos is going on outside. And the key concept here, the big idea, is something called homeostasis. Think of it like your body's internal thermostat. I mean, whether you're hiking in a desert or stuck in a blizzard, whether you just chugged a gallon of water or ran a marathon, your body needs its internal chemistry to stay in this super narrow, perfect range. And when it comes to keeping that delicate balance, the kidney is, without a doubt, the undisputed champion.
So how does it actually pull this off? Well, it really helps to think of each kidney as this ridiculously advanced filtration factory. And right now, we're going to zoom way in to look at the microscopic machinery that makes it all happen. So say hello to the nephron. If the kidney is the factory, then the nephron, that's the assembly line. It's this tiny, microscopic workhorse, and honestly, it's the real star of our show today. Every single drop of urine starts its journey right here, in one of these little guys. And this is where the scale just becomes mind-boggling. Each one of your kidneys is packed with over 1 million of these nephrons, all working together in parallel. It's this massive army of tiny filters that lets them process that absolutely staggering 180 liters of fluid every single day.
But wait, it gets even cleverer. Not all of these tiny factories are built the same. You see, most of them, about 85%, are your standard everyday filters. But that other 15%, the ones with those extra long loops you see there on the right, they're the specialists. They have one absolutely critical job: saving water and concentrating your urine when you're getting dehydrated.
Okay, so the assembly line officially kicks off right here, at a place called the glomerulus. And honestly, it's a brilliant piece of biological plumbing. Check this out. The little artery bringing blood in is wider than the one taking it out. This creates a natural traffic jam, right? And that builds up this intense pressure that literally squeezes fluid and waste out of the blood. That's how the whole process gets started.
So that's the first big squeeze. But what happens next? Well, this whole incredibly complex process really boils down to a beautifully simple 3-step cleanup: filter, reclaim, and remove.
Let's actually follow the fluid on its journey. Step 1 is basically brute force, filtration. That high pressure shoves almost everything small out of the blood. But, that's pretty wasteful. So step 2 is all about being smart, reabsorption. This is where your body meticulously reclaims all the good stuff it wants to keep. We're talking water, glucose, essential salts. And finally, step 3 is the last quality check: secretion. Here the body does one last sweep, actively kicking out any leftover trash into the mix.
And the selectivity of this filter is just amazing. You can see it's designed to let all the small stuff, like water and waste products, pass right through. But it forms a barrier that keeps your vital blood cells and big proteins safely inside your bloodstream. This is so important. In fact, if a doctor ever finds protein or blood in your urine, that's a huge red flag that this super delicate filter might be damaged.
But here's the thing. This incredible factory doesn't just run on autopilot. No way. It's constantly being fine-tuned by a super sophisticated chemical command center. This adds this whole other layer of intelligent hormonal control right on top of the raw mechanical filtering we've been talking about.
And the heart of that command center is this little structure called the juxtaglomerular apparatus, or JGA for short. Just think of it as the quality control checkpoint on the assembly line. Its whole job is to constantly sample the blood that's flowing past, checking for critical stats like your blood pressure and salt levels.
So what happens if that JGA sensor sounds the alarm? say for low blood pressure? Well, it triggers this emergency response system called the RAS. It's like pulling a fire alarm. It immediately releases an enzyme called renin, and that kicks off a super fast chemical chain reaction. The end result is a powerful hormone called angiotensin II. This guy is the first responder. It squeezes blood vessels to crank up the pressure and tells the kidneys, hey, hold on to salt and water. And boom, your blood pressure comes right back up into the safe zone.
And the body has another powerful tool in its belt for managing water. It's called antidiuretic hormone, or ADH. When you start to get dehydrated, your brain releases ADH. It travels down to the kidneys and basically tells them to open up these special water channels to pull as much water as possible back into your body. And that, right there, is why your urine gets darker when you're thirsty. It's your kidneys getting orders from ADH, working overtime to save every last precious drop.
Okay, so we've zoomed way in on the microscopic machinery and all the hormonal controls. Now let's zoom back out and really appreciate the big picture. Let's just quickly summarize how many absolutely vital jobs these incredible organs are doing for you.
I mean, this really puts it all into perspective, doesn't it? They're not just filters. They're balancing your water and your salt levels. They're managing your blood pressure. They're even maintaining your blood's pH balance. But they're also a hormone factory. They produce the signal to make new red blood cells, and they activate vitamin D so you can have strong bones. They are truly the unsung heroes of the body.
And all this incredible life-sustaining work, it happens silently, 24/7, without you ever having to think about it. The kidney really is the ultimate silent workhorse. And that leads us to one final and really important question for you to think about. Are you doing enough to protect yours?